3. Liberty and self-expression. Besides utility and distributive justice, another value that may underlie property law is liberty. Private property is a precondition for markets, and markets are a decentralized mechanism for allocating resources. Most markets can and do operate without extensive government interference or supervision. The practical alternative to markets in the modern economy is some form of government planning. Government planning involves centralizing power over economic matters in the hands of state officials. Control over economic life provides officials with leverage that can be used to control other aspects of life, whereas private property creates a zone of discretion within which individuals are not accountable to government officials. Private property has thus been viewed by some philosophers as a bulwark against the dictatorial authority of government. Superscript 30, which reads, "This is a theme in the Federalist Papers, 1786, and in the work of Frederick Hayek, see, for example, the Constitution of Liberty, 1972. It has been argued, for example, that capitalism was deliberately invented to thwart absolutism by depriving the king of economic power. The U.S. Constitution was probably drafted with this idea in mind." Another connection between property and liberty focuses on individual self-expression. Hegel stressed the idea that people, through their works, transform nature into an expression of personality, and by doing so, perfect the natural world. A painter takes materials in no particular order and rearranges them into a work of art. By investing personality in work, the artist transforms natural objects and makes them the artist's own. It is difficult to imagine a system of property law that did not recognize this fact. Thus, to encourage self-expression, the state needs to recognize the creator's rights of ownership over their creations. Notice that this proposition extends beyond art to most of the works of humans. Four, conservatism and the origins of property. The philosophical theories discussed so far tend to regard the institution of property as serving ultimate values, such as utility, distributive justice, or liberty. Another philosophical tradition focuses not on the purposes of property, but on its origins. To illustrate, in medieval times, there were many encumbrances and restrictions on the use and sale of real estate. The common law of private property emerged from feudalism and acquired its modern character by chipping away at these encumbrances on the marketability of real property. Political conservatives like Burke and Hayek idealize forms of social order that, like the common law of property, evolve over time in much the same manner as the myriad species of life. Like organisms, social forms are, in this view, subject to the rules of natural selection. The conservative philosophers condemn institutions imposed on us by planners, engineers, politicians, and other societal decision makers for much the same reasons that environmentalists condemn actions that interfere with an area's environment.